Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is actually going to be just kind of a video response to John. John K TechHead actually is his username. I was watching someone who did a video response earlier, and I followed it back to John's video and saw it and thought, really great topic that he put out there. He was just kind of asking, the VC what they thought, or just kind of putting their 2 cents in on this thought process that he had. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump in and let you know what I thought. So first and foremost, too, I've had a hiatus from the VC. I'm sorry, for a while now. And I don't know if you mentioned this before or not, but I was really sorry to hear what you mentioned about your dad in that video. So just wanted to kind of send my condolences your way. And yes, that's always very, very tough stuff. So really sorry to hear about that. So but yeah, let me kind of jump into your topic there, and basically what John was sharing with us. I can't remember how the video was titled. I think it was something like, "Is it vinyl overdose or is it overdose?" or something like that. But he was just kind of sharing how he's at this point in time where he's very burnt out, um, and he said it's kind of been getting a lot worse lately, where he's not really wanting to listen to music, or it's kind of a very hard challenge for him to listen to music, like listen to an album from front to back. I think one of the best ways that he put it was, you know, there could be a grail that he's been looking for years and years and years, and he finds it, and he doesn't necessarily have the motivation to clean it or listen to it, or and he said it's just been getting kind of worse. So he was just kind of wondering again what our thoughts were on that and so forth. Well, I think initially my first thought is that's pretty normal for a vinyl or a serious music collector. That's really kind of the first thought that comes to mind for me, because I know I've been through very, very similar experiences. And I think the easiest way to put it, um, or actually, let me start with this. I don't have like an outline, so I'm just gonna, excuse me, kind of ramble a little bit here. I think sometimes that stuff is initiated from kind of a self-sabotage kind of thing. And what I mean by that is, as vinyl collectors, you know, we tend to be people that are very much into the tangible side of music, all right? So there's all the tangible things that go along with it. And I think what we sometimes will do is we will get all of these patterns and everything set up, and it almost becomes like these subconscious rules that we follow when we're dealing with music in our collection. So unlike most people where they might just get on their phone when they think about a song, or get online really quick and pull something up, whatever the case may be, we kind of have these rules that we put on ourselves, where we go to these stores and dig. We have to look through everything when we're digging. We're looking for very specific pressings of records. When we bring them back in, we have a whole cleaning section set up over here about how we clean vinyl and a system for doing it. All our little things we have to pull out, or they're already set up or whatever. Then we have to swap out and make sure everything's in the proper type of sleeves. Then we have to make sure it's in our database, so we have to go do all of that. Then we probably have some type of in rotation stack, and you know, before I can go out and buy more records, which I might want to do this weekend, I need to go through and listen to these. So I have like 48 hours or whatever to listen to these records, get it put into my collection in the proper place, and then repeat and repeat. And I think sometimes we can get so into that pattern of almost subconsciously just thinking, this is the way you listen to music, this is the way music is done. And we don't realize, gosh, look at the steps that we're forcing on ourselves just to get to the music that we love so much. Now, I'm not saying don't do that, because of course I'm going to continue to do that because I like those patterns. But I think what we have to recognize sometimes, to not take ourselves to a complete burnout with every single record, accounting for that much time and work, is to remind ourselves sometimes that's not a set rule that we have to follow. This used record I just picked up, that the guy at my local store just got in from some collection he bought, this record probably has never been clean and has been sitting around for the past 18 years, without being clean. It's not going to harm it if I don't clean this thing for the next 2 weeks if I don't get around to it. I don't have to immediately take it through that process. Even if I do decide to clean it, maybe I just want to listen to one song right now. I don't want to actually sit here and just focus on this record from front to back right now. Maybe I don't even want to focus on it at all. Maybe right now I just want to put it on as background music while I'm doing other things around the house. I think it's important for us to remember to give ourselves that leeway to get outside of our vinyl collector system world thing, which again, it's fine, but give us a leeway to get out of that when we maybe this day, this record, the way I'm feeling right now, other things I'm dealing with, I don't really want to deal with the full process right this moment. I'll get to it. I don't want to deal with it right this moment. And so I think sometimes we will sabotage ourselves into getting burnt out because we don't allow ourselves to get out of that process. So that's one thing. The second thing I would say is you we need to be realistic too about just how important music is to us, because again, most vinyl collectors, music isn't just like a little fad thing. It's not like, oh yeah, it was really cool for this summer, I collected some records and everything else, but then 2 years later, I'm not even thinking about records anymore. I have no idea what happened to the 20 or 30 I had it. It's not like that for us. We were completely and totally addicted to music when we were 4 or 5 years old. We were 15, we were 20, we were 30, we were 40, 50, and God willing, when we're 60 or 70, we'll be saying the same thing back then, or at that point in time. So to me, this isn't just a fad or a little hobby for the time. This literally is a relationship. It is a lifelong relationship with something that guides and has influenced and marked points in your life as much as anything or anyone to a certain degree. So it is a relationship. So keep in mind, as you go through life, you are dealing with a relationship. And just like any other relationship, there's going to be times where things are really, really good. And it's the best. You can't imagine anything else. There's going to be times where, God, things are really tough. It's a tough time we're going through. We're having to deal with some things. There's going to be times where we take a break. We need to break up for a month. Hey, I love you to death, care about you the whole nine, but I just need some time away. We need to take a break. So I'm sorry, I need to take a break from you, collection. So maybe we can go date other people for a while. I may go date movies for a while. I'm just gonna kind of do that. I'm gonna date hanging out with my friends, or I'm gonna date a little more time at work. I'm gonna date my TV a little more. And just, again, as cheesy as that sounds, I'm being kind of serious, and I'm just gonna take a break. And I can take that break from going to record stores. I can take that break from listening. I can take that break from, okay, hey, yeah, vinyl, I'm going to take a break from you, but I'm going to date my iPod for a little while. You know, my background music in my car, the background music when I'm at home or whatever. I'm gonna take a break from going to the record store. The next 30 days, I don't want to buy any vinyl. I'm not gonna get online and look for anything. We need to do that from time to time. That's the only way to keep this type of relationship healthy for 30, 40, 50, basically your whole life, however long that is. So I think that's a very, very important thing to do. And then, of course, just like in a relationship, when you take a break or you break up for a while and you get back together, exciting, I can't believe how much I missed you. It's the exact same thing. And you come back to your collection feeling that way. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. It's so exciting. I've, you know, just forgotten all these different aspects about it. And you come back with fresh eyes, fresh ears, re-energized, the whole nine. Um, so yeah, I think that's very important, and to me that makes sense because of the level of the relationship that we have with music. So So yeah, that was one of the things I think that stood out most to me in the video, in your video response, talking now specifically to John, is almost got the sense like, almost like you felt like you didn't have a choice, but like I shouldn't put it that way. Almost got the sense that you felt, if I'm not listening to music and spinning vinyl, then something is wrong, because everything is right when you're listening to music and spinning vinyl. So if I'm not enjoying it, like something's wrong with that. And I don't know if that was what you were saying, but that's the feeling that I got from what you were mentioning in the video. And and again, you've been a record collector for I don't know how long now. You have a great collection, and you're extremely knowledgeable, and your experience is just vast with music. So knowing all of that about you, the one thing I would say is trust your gut. Because I think your gut will be pretty darn accurate. And if you feel I can't listen to records right now, dude, shut it down. Shut it down for a while. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Take your break, and when you crave having to go back in that room and spin records, go for it. But yeah, just trust your gut. Um, yeah, again, the last thing I'll say here is, I've definitely been through those times before as well, without going into specifics on everything. I can remember times where I said for a certain period of time I'm not going to buy any vinyl. I can remember times where I didn't want to listen to vinyl for an extended period of time. Um, I can remember times of saying I want to downsize my collection. I want to, build up this part of my collection. Just wherever I'm at, I kind of trust myself to go there with my collection. Um, and I think that's always kind of panned out well, because at whatever point in time I'm in, my collection fit me, or fit where I was, and I think that's kind of the important piece. So, again, man, there's my ramble right there. I hope some of that made sense in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I mean, best of luck in kind of finding out where you want to go with that. And again, very very cool video idea. And yeah, VC, as always, let me know what you think. All right, thanks guys.